live around the world. This is so cool. Hi, everybody. Very cool. I gotta say, happy Thursday. Glad you're here for our webcast because we were just on OWN. And I know so many of you don't get OWN because you're in different places in the world, but it's so great that we can have this gathering of the world's biggest classroom. We've actually done that. Thank you for making that possible. So let's go to Heather. Heather, Skyping in from Brooklyn, New York. Heather? Hi. Hi.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. I feel very blessed.
Well, thank you.
So one secret that I've been keeping from my mother is that I don't believe that she told me the truth, the whole truth about my father. She said he was killed in a car accident in Denmark before I was born. And when I asked her for photos or letters or any sort of identification, like documents, his death certificate, she said, well, it's in the past, forget about it. And like Janet Walls, in my 20s, I tried to forget about it. I kept more secrets, the fact that my family and I were homeless. And I pretended like everything was all right. And in my 20s, I surrounded myself by glamorous people. I told them what I thought was the fairy tales that my mother had told me. I was a stand-in on living in the shadows. And all the while, I was just feeling like I was living a lie. So I left the business. I called my mother, and I asked her, and I said, Mom, can't you just tell me the truth about my father? And she said, well, aren't I enough? Don't you love me? And I said, of course I love you. You are enough. But I hung up the phone believing that we were still living in secrets and a lot of silence. So my question is, should I keep searching for the truth about my father when I feel like our relationship is at stake? I feel like it could ruin our relationship.
Good question, Heather. Very good. All right, Miss Life Coach, go ahead.
Okay. So you say you have a relationship with your mother?
Yes, on the phone. I call her every creepy.
Who do you pretend to be with your mom? The girl who doesn't care about her father?
Right now, yes.
Woo, that's good. That's good. Let's just hold that for a moment.
Who does she pretend to be? The woman who doesn't have a secret about your father?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then pretend Heather is having a relationship with pretend mom. And there actually is no relationship. There's nothing. It's two pretend people, and no pretend people can ever create a real relationship.
Right.
Yay! I love that, Heather. I just got a bing bing moment there. I'm bing binging for you.
So how do I work through that? How do I overcome that?
But let's just talk about that for a moment because, and we're going to get to the how can, but what I think is the reason why the little hairs are raising on my head, can you see them, is because I know I can feel it all around this world class that we're having, lots of people who are having a pretend self interacting with somebody else's pretend self. Mm-hmm. Didn't that resonate with you guys? So then who are those pretend people being? Yeah. So who are you when you're pretending, Heather? That's what and I'm asking not to interrogate you, but just to get people to think about themselves. Who is the pretend Heather?
Well, a year and a half ago, I gave birth to a baby daughter, so I just talk about my daughter. And my mother, she got llamas. She just bought 14 llamas, so we talk about her llamas. And
that's what I do.
Yeah. And so you all have that small talk, how's the baby, how's the llamas?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people know what that feels like. Okay, continue on. So your question was, how do you?
Well, you know what I said to Mary about the most frightening, terrible thought is the one you need to turn around? Yours, I think, is if I talk to my mother from my real self, it will destroy our relationship.
Right.
So that's the basic lie you're telling yourself. So what I would challenge you to do...
excuse me, why is that a lie?
It's a lie because it can't destroy a relationship with her mother because she doesn't have a relationship with her mother. Her pretend self has a relationship with her mother.
Mm-hmm.
With her pretend mother.
That's why she's hurting so much. The two of them don't have... If you're trying to connect false self to false self, it cannot nourish the soul.
Right. So you're just going through fake. It's the whole thing is fake. Yeah.
So the most powerful thing you can do, sweetie, is to say exactly what you're feeling, including the fear. So go to your mom. She's probably watching, so if it's a big secret before now, it's not anymore. But say to her, Mom, I've been faking. I've been faking with you, pretending to be someone I'm not, because this question of my father is changing my life. It's wrecking me. It's wrecking my ability to love you. I need to know, and I promise you, I won't go away. I won't stop loving you, whatever the truth is, but I will tell you that unless I know the truth, I can't help going away. You're not letting me know.
Yeah, I love her and accept her for whatever happened in the past.
Yep.
Yes, but you allowed her to guilt you because I can see that the very thing that you were fearing, if you ever brought it up or confronted her, she then came back and said that very thing to you. Aren't I enough?
Right.
And I'm sure that before you even approached her, you were thinking, oh, if I do this, she's going to think that, I don't appreciate all that she's done for me. I don't appreciate that she's enough. And so then she guilted you with that.
So one thing you can say is, of course you're enough, Mom. That's why I will accept you no matter what happened. But I'm not hearing you. Tell me who you really are, because you are enough for me.
Right.
I'm not having a relationship with you.
But the big thing for all of us is that it's the pretend Heather interacting with the pretend mom. And so all of us the reason why we're all banging with you here is because I think we've all been in relationships where you were doing that, where you're pretending one thing and you have those kind of fake conversations. Okay. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I must say, and for me, I'm counting the numbers on the phone. Okay, 3 minutes 21, 3 minutes 22, seeing how long. Okay, I've talked 5 minutes now. It's okay, I can get off.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you for that moment.
Good luck, Heather.
Thank you
very much.
Some of our Facebookers want Martha to repeat that great quote. I think it was this
Oh,
great
good
quote.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yes, the more I use my strength in the service of my vision, the less it matters whether I am afraid.